y'all doing today? Look, I'm the host. I'm Ken Canion, your host of Love, Lust, and Lies. And on today's episode, we got something good. So everybody tells me they want a relationship, huh? So I'm going to do an episode on, are you really ready for a relationship? Are you ready? Because the truth is, many of us think we're ready, but the truth is we're not ready. So what I want y'all to do is share this video with people you know, people you love. Today's episode is, are you really ready for a relationship? Many people say they're ready for a relationship, all right? Then I ask them the question. I say, do you want a relationship or do you just want how the relationship makes you feel? And then all of a sudden, they began thinking about it from a different perspective. I said, because most people want a relationship because of the feeling that they get, the emotional feeling, the emotional energy that they get from a relationship. All right? And they truly don't want a relationship. They just want the emotions that come with it. Now, I'm about to get deep, y'all. Now, I remember my pastor said something when I was young, and he was my spiritual father. And I'll never forget when he said it, because he used to say, if you don't have $100 in your pocket, you should never date. If you don't have $100, he said, I walk around with $100. And basically what he was saying, if you're not financially capable, you shouldn't be in a relationship. And okay, at the time, I thought there was some merit to that. But now that I'm a relationship coach, I say it's far deeper than that. See, money is one thing, but I know some of the best relationships. They don't have a lot of money, but they have a lot of love. And they love each other unconditionally. And we think money equates to love, but it doesn't. And so today, I'm going to go over and tell you if you're really ready for a relationship. And if you are ready for a relationship and you won't, I'm still doing discovery sessions for free this week. And if you want a discovery session to find out, are you really ready for a relationship? I want you to reach out to me. I got several I've done them all week. Y'all, I take my time to do this because people need help. People want to be empowered. And the truth of the matter is, I want to empower them. Okay, so let's get started. First thing you got to do is you got to ask yourself this. I always tell people, ask yourself two questions. And these are the two preliminary questions to let you know if you're ready for a relationship or not. The first question is, why do I want the relationship? And see, most people never delve into asking themselves, why do I want to be in a relationship? And if it goes back to it, the truth of the matter is they just want to feel good. And I see a relationship's purpose. A relationship has two purposes. It's just two. Everything else falls under those two. And I have to credit Milani Shani, my business partner, for that. She said, Ken, and when she told me that, I said, Milani, you are so right. A relationship's whole objective, two reasons. Number one is to grow or to heal. To grow or to heal. The relationship, you're going to either grow, the relationship is going to help you grow, or it's going to help you heal. That's it. Everything else, the sex and all of that falls underneath all that. It falls underneath. So the question is, you have to ask yourself, what part of your life do you want to grow in? Why I want to be in a relationship? What part of my life do I want to heal in? Or is it both, or is it just one? The second question is this, and people don't ask themselves this. What are you willing to give up? She said, Naomi said, oh Lord, I can't even answer the first question. So the question is, what are you willing to give up to get the relationship? Because the truth of the matter is, you can have, listen to me carefully, y'all. This is a mumbo jumbo that I come up with, y'all, that works. You can have anything you want. You can have anything you want. You just can't have everything you want. Now I want you to think about that. And what I mean by that is, you can have a great relationship, okay, on one end. But you can't be seeing other people and having multiple partners on another end. Pick and choose. You can have either one, but you have to pick. The truth is, you're going to have to sacrifice something to get something. You have to trade. If you want money, you have to trade your time to get it. Okay? True sound. Whatever in this life, you're going to have to trade something to get something that you desire. And when you can ask those two questions, number one, why do I want to be in a relationship? What part of me do I want to grow? What part of me do I want to heal? And the second thing is, what am I willing to give up to get something? What am I willing to sacrifice? What am I willing to give? What part of me am I willing to give to get something, to get what I want? So now, if you can answer those questions, if you can't answer those questions, then what you need to do is inbox me. We need to have a discovery session, because there are some things going on in your life that you don't know. And so I'm about to get into these 5 things. Is it 5? I got 5 things to let you know that you are ready for a relationship. Now, so here's the thing. These 5 things I'm about to tell you is going to let you know if you're ready. Number one, okay? How do you know you're ready for a relationship? Number 1, are you healed from your previous relationships and the things that went on in them? See, a lot of times people are still hurting from the prior relationship and they go into the relationship just so they can stop the pain. But that pain doesn't stop, y'all. You just don't feel it. And see, here's the thing. What happens is every seed planted grows into something. You just don't know what the seed is going to grow into. Anger, frustration, resentment. All of those things, y'all, if you don't heal. He cheated on you. Yes, she cheated on you. But the truth of the matter is you're not responsible for your pain, but you are 100% responsible for your healing. 100%. And so what I'm going to tell you is this. You need to, before you ever go into another relationship, you need to endeavor to heal from your past relationship. Endeavor to heal from the trauma that you experienced. If you've healed from that, cool. And how do you know you healed? You know, I always ask people, they say, how do you know you healed, Ken? And I said, you know how it's just like a sword. Like you get scraped up, right? If you get scraped up, and so what happens, y'all, when you get scraped up, bruised up real bad, and then how do you know it starts to heal? Because there's a scab that comes over it, right? And the scab is the part when it starts to heal. And in our lives, y'all, what happens is things happen to us. The scab is when we begin to talk about it. The scab is when we begin to talk about it and when we make it on Front Street. When you go get therapy, you get a coach, and you tell somebody, this hurts me. What the scab is a physical representation of the healing process. I'm getting deep right now. So then, when you get the scab, you ain't all the way healed. You go to a coach, you begin talking about your issues. You ain't all the way healed. But what happens is over time, the more the scab is there, the longer the scab stays, it starts to come off. You start peeling off that layer. The scab simply acts as a layer to protect you. That's why it's important for you to begin to talk to people to act as a scab, who know how to bring you through something. Not your friends. They don't know. They just want you to feel better, so they tell you the shit you want to hear. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. And some people are so emotionally screwed up that they don't even want to deal with it. And then you go into another relationship, you thinking, this relationship gonna make me feel better. They say, how do you get over another person? Get up under somebody else. No, mistake. Then you're gonna be all tore up, all messed up, and then you're gonna wonder why down the road you can't understand why you cannot have a successful relationship. So the question is, the first thing is, are you healed? Ken, I'm gonna get deep on this one. Number 2, you say you love the scab part, but the scab part is true. And y'all, there's so many examples of how emotionally things work in our physical world. And what we do is, all you have to do is look at them. God shows us. He shows us. All right. Number 2, how do you know you're ready for a relationship? Number 2, you're willing to communicate your needs. So a lot of times, y'all, we get in a relationship and we won't tell other people our needs. You just expect them to know. We want something, we need something, but now what's happening is we're not willing to tell other people our needs in fear that they might not accept us, in fear that they might not want us, in fear that the person might drift away from us if I tell you what I truly need in the relationship. Now, here's the problem with not telling your needs. The problem is ultimately you will resent the person for not meeting your needs. You will resent them, but you've never told them your needs. And what a lot of women that I coach, and men, what they do is expect the other person, because they've been around you a while, to know what your needs are. And what you're really doing is getting mad at me because I can't read your mind. Y'all, and most people that I coach, until I start coaching them, they're not willing to speak their needs. They're not willing to communicate their needs. And so what they do is they go along to get along. Woo! I'm serious, y'all. They go along to get along. Is number 3, you're willing to be good at conflict resolution. See, in every relationship, there's going to be conflict. And don't ever make the mistake in believing that a good relationship is devoid of conflict. That is not true. My wife and I have a good relationship, but it's not devoid of conflict. Sometimes she gets on my damn nerves. And I know I get on her nerves. But the truth is, we figured out how to resolve conflict. And until you are willing to resolve conflict, you will never be in a good relationship. You will never be in a great relationship. Because now I'm not saying, and so what happens is, a lot of times, so I use this analogy in many of my seminars. And it's about dealing with difficult people. And I always say, and I use this example, here it is. Let's say you have a neighbor. Your neighbor's dog begins running in your yard, okay? And your neighbor's dog is messing up your garden, tearing it up. And every day, and your wife getting on you because, yo, that stupid ass dog is messing up my garden. You need to handle that. Now, so my neighbor, he's cool. I like my neighbor. But I got to stop his dog before I shoot his dog now, or I'm going to be living by myself. So what? I have two missions. Number 1, first mission is solve the problem. So a lot of people in relationship and conflict, they solve the problem, but number 2 is maintain the relationship. So they'll solve the problem, but they'll destroy the relationship. Because they like, I just want to tell you what's on my mind. I don't give a damn what you think about it. At the end of the day, this is just me. I'm going to communicate it the way I want to communicate it. And they destroy the relationship. Or sometimes people don't solve the problem. They don't say anything to maintain the relationship. Either way, both of those things are incorrect. So the truth is, what is your objective? Your objective is to solve the problem and maintain the relationship. And so that's what conflict resolution is can you solve the problem and maintain the relationship? So me and my wife 12 years ago, we were going to get a divorce. And what happened was, it was one day, and y'all heard the story, and you've seen the video that we did, how $7 saved our marriage. But if you haven't seen it, just inbox me, I'll send it to you. But look, I realized something. Before, I wanted to just win the argument. How many times you been in an argument? G, how many times you been in an argument and you just want to win the argument? Hey, G in the studio today, y'all. Y'all don't hear him because he's quiet. How many times you been in an argument but you just want to win the argument? All the time. All the time. But the truth of the matter is, and then sometimes don't you feel bad because afterwards the relationship screwed up. You done messed up the relationship, but you won an argument. And so what I tell people is, when you get good at conflict resolution, you're able to do both of them. You're able to solve the problem and maintain the relationship, y'all. And so that's how you know you're ready for a relationship, when you're willing to be good at conflict management. Number four, ooh, this is a big one. This is why a lot of relationships don't work. Number 4 is simply this. Are you willing to invest in your relationship? My late bishop said something to me I'll never forget. He said, Ken, you can never profit from something you haven't invested in. He said, if you want to invest, you're not going to get a return on your money in the stock market if you don't put no money in. He said, how can you have a relationship? When I first got married, he said, you can't have a relationship. You can't expect your relationship to let you profit from it if you're not willing to invest in it. You're not ready to be in a relationship if you're not willing to invest in the relationship. You're not, and that means money, time, effort, support, all of the above. If you're not willing to invest in it, you will not seek a profit. You will not get a profit from the relationship. Yeah, you might have sex. Yeah, but the relationship gonna go sour after a while. Y'all, you plant seeds, and when the seed is planted, one day you're saying, I'm going to see the harvest of the seed. I'm going to see the plant that was planted in the ground. So you drop the seed. You water the seed. You water the seed. And you wait for the harvest. Why is it that we get in a relationship and we expect stuff to be right immediately? Why? That's contrary to the way God operates. If you got to invest in the relationship, and then the relationship grows into something great. It grows into compatibility. It grows into compassion. It grows into wanting to help each other, giving, law of reciprocity. It grows into that. It ain't gonna just happen. It grows into that. And if you're not willing to invest in the relationship, you're not gonna get it. It ain't gonna happen. And number 5. Oh, this is the deepest one. When I wrote it down, I was like, y'all, oh my God. Oh my God, here it is. Number 5. Are you ready to become the person you want to attract? Oh my goodness. Are you ready to become the person you want to attract? If you want to attract a person with money, are you good with money? If you want to attract a person who communicates well, are you endeavoring to communicate well? We do not attract what we want. We attract who we are. And the reason I'm saying this is because I am giving a class. We're starting a class next week called Manifest Your Life. I'm telling people, I'm showing people, me and Melanie, my business partner, she's a relationship coach. We're showing people how to manifest their life. So she's saying, if you're willing to become the person, you got to become the person you want to attract. We don't attract what we want. We attract who we are. And so what I always say, I have become the man that I want to see in my wife, because now she is the mirror of me. We're the mirror of each other. And so I've become that man. You got to be willing to become that person. Stop saying you want somebody who's healthy and work out and your ass don't work out. And you don't work out. And you want somebody who got a 6-pack, but your damn belly hanging over like that. You don't attract what you want. You attract you. You don't even have to have a 6-pack. You just got to have somebody who values that. I value being healthy. Then you'll attract somebody who values being healthy. That's what it is. Listen, y'all. This is my time. If you are not sure that you're ready for a relationship, inbox me. Let's do a discovery session. I normally charge $225 for it, but the truth is, I'm gonna do it for free this week. I've only done it for free 2 weeks out of this year. But if you are wanting to, let's talk about it. We're starting a class next week, and that's why I'm doing it, because I want you to get into class. I want you to, because some of you tired of getting the same thing you've been getting. You're tired of it. But the only way you're going to get something different is you got to be willing to do something different. That's it. Now I think about when I wrote my first book. The funny thing about it was, the first one's always the hardest. Because the first one requires you to do something you've never done. It requires you to take action you've never taken. All of you, to change, to get what you want, to get with something you've never had, you're going to have to do something you've never done. Period. What you got to do is reach out first. Take the first step. Take action. Take imperfect action. Take imperfect action. And at the end of the day, that's the first step to you manifesting and creating the life that you want. All right? That's my time. I'm Ken Canion. Thank you for watching Love, Lust, and Lies. And until tomorrow, hey, look, every journey starts with one step. Take yours today. And if you want to, inbox me. Let's have a discovery session.